All right, girls. So, Krista and I were just talking, so we'll just kind of, I told her I was going to start recording because pretty much tonight's call is going to be going over the changes and the things that are coming in the new year and just a little bit of conversation and then we'll wrap things up. So, I'm just recording this way for this call. Moving forward, team calls will actually stream right into the Facebook group and I'll go over all of those changes that are coming. But Kristen's question was, are we going to go over 75 hard, the modifications, and have like a hype call or a call for that? So the answer is yes. Um, we're actually, I think we're going to do it at noon on Friday, and I will announce all of those things in the team page probably tomorrow. My day changed very quickly today, so I didn't get all those things done that I had originally planned on. So um, essentially on Friday at noon, we're gonna do, and it'll be recorded, and we're gonna invite everybody that's in the current challenge group and then anyone who is starting the new year fresh with us. Um, what we'll do is we're gonna have a hype call, kind of work on mindset, try and really hone in on that, getting rid of the all or nothing, and that we're going to take doable steps in the new year to make this more of a life resolution rather than a New Year's resolution and, burn ourselves out and try and do all the things right off the bat. And then we're going to kind of incorporate 75 hard, invite anyone who is doing the wellness group with us to do 75 hard. Um, I did give out some like suggestions on what a modified version can look like, but I don't know if you girls saw it. I responded to someone, I think it was Tara, maybe asked what a modified version of 75 hard would be. We have the rules, right? We have like the rules that 75 hard gives you. My recommendation is for them to look at those parameters. And like I think Tara said, she was going to do 2 workouts every day, but one wasn't going to be outside because she really just doesn't like the cold. I think that whatever they want to modify it to be is what they should do, right? The whole point of it is to have structure and to push us outside of our comfort zone a bit, right? To help us grow and really get focused around our goals, but it shouldn't feel unattainable, right? It shouldn't be something that adds stress. It's going to at first because it takes planning and preparation for that program, for that kind of structure. But I think that what I'm going to encourage people to do is whatever their modified version looks like. Maybe they're going to allow themselves a treat meal on the weekend, or maybe they're only going to do 2 30-minute workouts instead of 2 45-minute workouts. Whatever that looks like for them, I'm going to encourage those people to write it down, to have their goals listed so that there is still that structure, that when you have the 75 hard app and you check off all the things every day, that you take your progress picture, that you drank a gallon of water, that you followed a meal plan, that you did your workouts, blah, 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 right? That they can mentally or actually the girl that does this book, Kate Bullard, she has a 75 hard. I think it's like a digital template that you can purchase for like $10. And essentially you could write it out. You could print it and write on it what you want it to be. But I would just say encourage those people to write down what their guidelines are going to be for their modified version. Okay. And that can look different for everyone because some people really want to push themselves with nutrition, but maybe the workouts aren't a problem. So they're like, well, I'm just going to do my hour workout that I always do, but I'm not going to do 2 workouts or something like that. Okay. So that's what I'm going to recommend as far as that. I am also going to encourage you girls. I put a poll up in my stories today. I'm opening 75 hard to everyone. Like, even if somebody's not in the bod group, if they want to do 75 hard with us, I'm going to support and love them through that and invite them into that chat thread to have that love and support of all of us doing it together. And here's the thing, they're going to be exposed to all of us sharing that we're using the Beachbody programs, right? So you're giving them that love and support and an accountability group that's going to help love them through the process. But that also might create some FOMO or curiosity around what programs and products we're using to work towards our goals in the new year. Okay. Kate and I have decided, because we're going to be using a new app for the coaching threads, to take things away from social media completely, that we're going to use the WhatsApp on our phones, which is essentially like a group me or like a text thread, but you don't have to actually give your phone number. And because it's not Android versus iPhone, you don't have, like, if somebody hearts something, you don't have that mess of all of the stuff, right? But there are a lot of people who only use Instagram who don't use Facebook, right? And Instagram isn't really it's not as user friendly when it comes to DMs to have like a big group chat, right? So that's why we're going to lean more towards taking it off of social media platforms altogether, use the WhatsApp, and go from there and see. I mean, it's trial and error. Like, we don't know how the culture and the camaraderie and chemistry is going to be with that, but we're going to give it a try. Okay. All right, cool. So Friday at noon, we'll have a kickoff call. It will be recorded. I will post something probably tomorrow in the BOD group to invite all the girls. And I'll probably also send an email through the platform that will invite all of them to join us on the hype call, just to kind of start the year off fresh, all of that. So we do have that coming. Do you guys have any questions as far as that is concerned yet? No? Okay, cool. All right, so moving on. Another change is coming, and I've been kind of talking about it in the group, is team calls are changing. We're no longer going to do, essentially, we're no longer going to do team calls. What we're going to do are calls that are geared towards coaches, wherever you girls are. So if you're in the coach to Emerald bucket, then we're going to have a call that is for you, so that way we're not trying to teach something to you guys that is not really going to serve somebody who is a little bit further in their business, right? And we're not trying to teach something that's for maybe somebody who's starting to get into that leadership position and have a team of their own, and then it kind of not make sense to anybody else. It's too far ahead at this point. So team calls are going to be geared towards where we are in our coaching business, so that way our content can be specific for each group of people. And in January, we're only going to do a coach to Emerald, because other than Kate and I, that's where everybody is in the business, right? Is from coach to Emerald. So we're really going to hone in on that. And then starting in February, we will have an Emerald to Diamond call. Okay. And the idea is that with this new duplicatable system that we've been masterminding together and pulling pieces from other top coaches, is that we're going to be able to help you guys duplicate the process without so much like fluff and feel like you have like all this extra stuff to do, right? Is to simplify the process, make it duplicatable for all of you to grow your business to Emerald, and also see how you can teach your coaches how to do that, because the system is incredibly simple. Okay. So we'll have more information as far as that's concerned. Those calls will be Thursdays at noon. They will be recorded. We do understand that that's not a super convenient time for a lot of people. But as I said in my, I think when I went live in the team page last week and the week prior, nighttime calls at this time are really hard for both of us anymore. So we're moving towards doing the day calls, so that way we can bring more energy, bring the content to you guys, and you can listen to it when, if you can't get on live, you can listen to the playback. This is what I'm going to say. We're trying it out to see how it works, right? Because we're all still learning and seeing what works and what's going to help the team. But what we've been doing isn't producing the results that we want to see, and it's not helping produce the growth that we want you guys to know is possible for you. So we're making some adjustments, and there's going to be a learning curve. It's not going to be perfect. I ask that you guys are patient with us, and if you can't be on the calls at noon on Thursdays, put in your calendar when you're going to listen to the playback. Like for me, if I don't listen to the national wake up call when it's live or that day, when I'm getting ready Tuesday morning, that is what I'm doing, is I'm listening to the playback of the National Wake Up Call. So that, because it's what, super easy to just say, oh, I'll get to it, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. And then before you know it, it's gone and you're a week behind, 2 weeks behind, 3 weeks behind, whatever. And then all the calls start to pile up on you and you feel like you're like, I can't, like, how do I catch up? Okay. So that's my recommendation, is if you can't be on the team call on Thursdays at noon, write in your calendar when you have that 20, we're going to try and keep them under 30 minutes. Okay. When you have that pocket of time that works for you, that you can be committed to listening to it each week. The more you can hone in on having that set routine, you guys, the more you just do it, right? The more it just becomes a part of what you do, instead of you feeling like you have this super long to-do list and you're being pulled in 20,000 different directions. We have enough of that in life, right? Okay. So that's what I'm going to say for team calls for right now. We are rolling out a new coach checklist. It's a 14-day checklist. You can absolutely complete it in less than 14 days. And just, we're gonna everybody that responded to that poll that I put up today, we're gonna move everybody through this new coach training, whether you're a brand new coach, a seasoned coach, or you're already Emerald. We want everybody to go through this new process so that you can see exactly what you're going to be teaching your coaches, right? And this 14-day checklist, hold on just a second. It's the typical dad's in the other room on the couch, but stopping mom on her call to talk to her. Okay, so I was saying, oh, so we're gonna move everybody through this new process so that you girls can get familiar with it and you know this new system and you can teach it to your coaches. The 14-day checklist, honestly, most of you on the team have already done more than half of it. So you're going to check it's silly things like text me your phone number so I have your phone number. Make your first post is saying that you're a coach. Like, it's things that you've already done. Be a part of the team Facebook group. Be a part of the wellness group. But certain things you guys have already done. But I still want you to go through that process so that you know exactly how that's going to work. And what's cool is I created this spreadsheet that you could very easily check all the boxes as your coach works through these things. So when you do it and you text Kate, she's going to be able to check the boxes of the things that you have done and know where you are, right? That also creates some accountability and puts the ball in their court a little bit, right? It puts the ball in your guys' court to take a little bit of responsibility for your business. Here are the things that need to be done. And then you check off those things, right? And then we'll move through the process. So that's that. I have those all set up. I will be sharing those into the team there. I actually created all the spreadsheets for these new systems right in our team email. So when I share the links, all you have to do is, if you're familiar with Google Sheets and like Google Docs and that kind of stuff, when you open one that's shared to you, you can very easily click on the file tab at the top and click make a copy. And then you name it whatever you want. So that way you're not everybody's trying to change the one that I made for the team. You simply click make a copy. You can change the name of it and share it or save it, whatever you want to name it. And the other thing is that like you can create sheets at the bottom. So like for me, I'm going to have sheets. One will be January, the next one will be February, the next one will be March. Like, you'll just do each month. That's how I'm going to do it. And you can copy the sheet to the next page. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I'm sure you can Google it. It's I have figured it out just playing around with sheets. It's really not that hard. I think if you just, on my Mac, I have to hit the command button and click, but I think like on a PC, you just right click when you're on the sheet and it'll say copy sheet or something like that. And then you could name it the next month. Okay. So just a couple little tips there. The Zooms are now going to be Monday through Friday. I am I know the last couple weeks have been a little bit different, but starting Monday, our normal Zoom virtual gym will be 4:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. So you get 3 hours in the morning. Most of us are working out, right? Or doing our morning time and then working out, but you can use that as a power pocket and work your business too. And you guys, I'm usually sitting here doing my morning time and working for a bit, and then I go work out. But if you ever have a question, shoot me a text or put it in the chat thread, and I'll see the little thing pop up if I'm sitting at my desk. And I'm more than happy, like if you're struggling in a conversation or you don't know what to say or you have a question about something with the business, you can put it in there, right? And then I can respond to you. Or if I'm downstairs working out already, shoot me a text, and as soon as I'm done, I will respond. Okay. So I'm always there, even though I'm not having conversation like this when we do our morning Zoom, I'm always here to help with that conversation stuff too. Okay. So those will be normal. We'll still do Saturday mornings at 7:30 to do the Celebrate You. I'm hoping we can kind of gear that back up. And then let me see if Kate texted me back. I don't think she did because she was going to bed. Um, Thursdays, I believe right now it says 10 a.m., but Thursdays, I believe at 11 a.m., she's going to open the Zoom for a work session. And then that would kind of go right into our team call at noon, right? And then we'll have a quick 20-30 minute chat and then we'll wrap up. She's no longer going to do the Sundays. Like I said in the beginning, the evening calls are just getting too challenging. I'm running both kids with practices and stuff, and Eve's in that stage that she's a little bit harder to go to bed, and she needs, she needs to not feel that stress of making sure Eve's in bed and, all those things. So that's just the way that it's going to be. Do you guys have any questions? No? Nothing you can think of? Okay, cool. So I really don't have a whole lot more. I wanted to cover all that. I will, because I'm very analytical and type A. I will have it all laid out. I will have a Canva calendar like I always do that'll have all of the times and everything of all the new stuff laying out for you guys. And then as soon as I have the final drafts of all the sheets, like the new systems, I will be sure to share those with you. Actually, the coaching ones we probably won't share until you're an Emerald, just so you don't feel like you're overwhelmed with having another thing. But I did make it's a sheet that also has a checklist for helping your challengers get results within 3 weeks. And it's just kind of a cool, like, what program it's so you can track everything very neatly, their name, what day that they sign up, what program are they doing, what supplements are they using Shakeology or the Performance Line or both. Did they send you their before pictures? Just different things like that to kind of make sure that you're staying on top of helping them stay on track. And it even has sample check-ins for the prep week, check-in for day 1, 3, and 5, a weekend check-in, and then another check-in midway through the second week. And it's the verbiage and everything. Obviously, you can change that, but it's just another thing to kind of take that pressure off of, like, when should I be checking in? What should I be saying? All of those things. So I will get those shared for you. The biggest thing is if you haven't yet taken the time to create some clarity and vision around your goals for the upcoming year, and most specifically for the first 3 months of the year, make sure you do that, you guys. And not just in the business, but in your wellness too. Because when we're just shooting from the hip, we're leaving it up to willpower and chance. We all know about how far that gets, right? Because we've probably tried that for a really, really long time, right? I know I did for a really long time. We need to create some clarity around what we really want to work towards. And then we have to create clarity around what actions are going to get us there, right? So make sure you make the time to do that. Know that you guys are so capable of achieving so many things. You guys are capable of achieving more than you can even let yourself see right now. I want you to know that. And I've been there. And in some ways I'm still there, right? Cuz like if you look at coaches that are further along than where I am, it's hard to visualize being in that position. But because we all started as a brand new coach who maybe only had a couple clients or didn't have any coaches under them, as you grow, you're going to create more confidence. And that vision is going to grow. You're going to accomplish the goals. You are there's going to be a time that you're grateful because you have the things that you once dreamed of. And then you're going to dream of more things. So I want you to remember and build that confidence within yourself that there is nothing too big. Could it take us a little bit longer to get there than 3 months or 6 months or a year? Yeah, absolutely, but who cares? If you're growing and progressing along the way and you're learning new things and you're growing as a person and you're creating your best self, who cares? I love to remind myself of Mel Robbins that it took her 10 years. 10 years to really step into her truth and start building the empire that she has built today. Do you think that if on day 1 she said, "Well, it's gonna take me 10 years, I'm not gonna do it," who gives a shit, right? The woman's a badass. But so are you guys. We all are, the whole team is. There's no reason that we can't make our mark and share our voice and grow into that badass person. A little bit more badass than where we are right now, right? Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's all I have for tonight, girls. I know it was short, but I also know it's right after the holiday, and we'll keep it short and sweet. I just wanted to, keep you guys in the loop with the new things coming. And like I said, if there's ever anything that you're unsure of or you have a question about, always know you can come to us. That and I do just ask for your patience. So I would love feedback if there's something that we can do better as we're changing these new systems. I do understand that it's going to be different, but I think it's going to be different in a really good way. And Kate and I have been talking a lot. We're both really excited about implementing these new changes, making things more simplified, because if we're like, "Ugh," then how do we know how to bring somebody in and really help them grow, right? We could have good intentions, but if we, again, don't have that clarity and a plan, we're just kind of shooting from the hip and throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, right? So this year is going to be the year of growth. We're no longer just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. We have a plan. We're excited about this new plan and we're going to make some big things happen. Yeah? All right. All right, my girls. I love you both. I appreciate you both being on tonight, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Love you, bye.
Love you. Bye.